We call America the land of the free. But after years of living in Europe, I have realized I was actually a prisoner to my car, my debt, and my 40-hour work week. I used to think that being free meant being able to drive anywhere, buy anything at 3 in the morning, and get my packages in 4 hours. But after living abroad, I have realized that every time I chose convenience, I was actually paying a hidden tax.
In 2025, record numbers of Americans left the United States in search of a new life abroad. The number of Americans expatriating doubled compared to the year prior, joining the nearly 9 million Americans already living overseas. Like many of them, I originally left for a temporary adventure, but I stayed because I discovered a secret about quality of life that you simply cannot see from the outside.
When I lived in the States, I was taught that American democracy and consumer choice were the absolute peak of human freedom. But then I moved to Europe and realized that having a choice between 50 different brands of coffee creamer is not the same thing as having rights. In the US, if you buy a laptop and it fails, you are often at the mercy of the manufacturer's limited warranty. In Europe, consumer laws are so strong that a faulty $2,000 MacBook can result in a full refund years later because the law protects the person over the corporation.
That protection extends to the most vulnerable moments of our lives. I remember an ear infection I had in America that cost $300 just for a basic clinic visit. I spent weeks terrified that my insurance claim would be denied. Compare that to the European experience, where you walk into a doctor's office, show a card, and pay nothing out of pocket. We have been conditioned to believe that the US system is exceptional, but it is the only advanced nation where a medical emergency can routinely bankrupt a family.
It is not just about the money. It is about the very geometry of our lives. American communities were redesigned around speed and efficiency. Wide roads, massive parking lots, and drive-through everything. We separated our homes from our stores and our work, making the car a mandatory survival tool. I used to think a car was freedom, but now I see it as a burden. In a walkable European city, I can buy groceries, see a friend, and visit a pub all within a 10-minute walk.
This lack of friction in America has created a crisis of loneliness. When we remove the need to walk, to wait in line, or to interact with neighbors at the local shop, we remove the human interactions that make life worth living. Convenience favors massive chains over local shops because chains offer predictability and speed. But in that exchange, our communities lost the places where people lingered, talked, and truly recognized each other.
And the price of this lifestyle is skyrocketing. We are living through an era of funflation, where a single day of skiing for a family of 4 can cost over $1,200. It is now actually cheaper for an American family to fly to Japan to visit Disney than it is to go to Disney World in Florida. We are carrying over $1 trillion in credit card debt, splurging on entertainment and convenience,
or packed schedules as a badge of honor. In Europe, 6 weeks of holiday is the standard, and the always-on mentality is viewed as a failure of balance rather than a sign of success. We have standardized convenience to the point where it is the default, but we use our hard-earned money to buy back the time we lost working to pay for that very convenience.
even the things Europeans find weird, like paying €1 to use a public bathroom or dealing with slower restaurant service, point toward a deeper truth. In America, service is a high-pressure transaction because the waiter's survival depends on your tip. In Europe, the service is blunt and formal because the staff are treated as professionals with living wages and healthcare, not as actors performing for your approval.
The real difference is that Europe is designed for people, while America is increasingly designed for users. We have been sold a version of the American dream that is tied up in consumerism. Larger homes, larger cars, and more stuff than our houses can even hold. But more is not always more. Sometimes, more is just noise, and the pursuit of happiness requires us to slow down and embrace the friction.
Moving abroad won't solve all your problems, but it might solve the big ones that keep you up at night. If you want to find true freedom, you might need to stop looking for it in the checkout aisle and start looking for it in a life that values your time over your transactions.